In this world, the truth is always hidden behind layers of ego created by us. We always create a cocoon for covering our weakness. The more we get fear from society, the thicker our layers become. Being protected in the cocoon, we now lose a sense of connection to others. The layers of ego are the most powerful obstacle in our communications. They make your view distorted and absorb voice from your inside before it reaches others' hearts. But if you stop creating the layers, you will soon become able to express yourself freely. You will regain a keen sense of changes inside you. You will know exactly what you want and be sensitive to all changes like babies. Living with vulnerability is what humans can do. Once you accept that you're vulnerable, you'll be able to understand the pain of others. Finally, all relationships that you have will become much deeper and heartful. Now, let's link this idea to one of our current issues. Most people in the world still need to isolate themselves. In the UK, we have been locked down and have been following the social distance policy. No one knows what comes next in the world. We might be asked to stop social contact completely again. I'd like to talk about how we can overcome this situation and what we can learn from the experience of being locked down. We are facing a big change. We are now in the process of making a new part of human history. But this does not mean that the social systems will become better after the pandemic is over. People are prone to focus on only changes outside. However, the social system itself cannot change our life. It does not have enough power to make us happier. I believe that nothing in our life changes unless we make efforts to mature our mind. We can be more conscious of the power inside us. Once we succeed in keeping our inner peace, we can easily find the best way to live by ourselves in any kind of situation. And this is a condition of being enlightened. Why have many people got depressed during this lockdown? This is because they have never spent enough time to reflect on themselves in the busy everyday life. Most people ignore voices from the inside and focus on noises from the outside. In the lockdown period, people suddenly become apart from all noises of their daily life. They start hearing their inner voice and be confused about how to deal with it. It is painful to look into our mind because we have ego to prevent doing so. However, we can be aware that nothing is more dangerous than the ignorance of true self. Without listening to our inner voice, which tells us what we really need, we cannot judge what can be fake in our everyday life. Going to school, working in a company, getting along with someone, we call this the way of living. But are we really in the true reality? Do we really succeed in communicating to others? Ignoring our inner voice or socializing ourselves is an excuse not to see our true self. Let's be honest to ourselves. Let's reflect on ourselves in deep calmness while staying away from noiseful, busy life. We shall also keep distance from other distractions such as TV, internet, games, alcohol, and drugs. We can use this isolated time as a chance to know what have disturbed your self-talk. Once you realize that you have been living in an illusion and find out what the true reality is, you start understanding what you really need and what you really are. Lockdown is a sort of fasting, a break from the massive consumption of noise for improving our communication. Being in a noiseless deserted island for a while, only your voice will echo in your head. What is the thing you really need to do for your life? To find out the answer to it, you need to let go of your ego. If you are outside, you will have a desire to show off yourself. You cannot stop faking yourself with a social mask such as qualification, position, property, or money. Now you cannot go to workplace, a school, any place to communicate with the people as often as before. Then, you don't need to fancy up yourself. I'm not saying that going out and seeing friends are just showing off. If you know what you're doing and able to express yourself truly to people, that's fine. You have to ask yourself whether you are misinterpreting socialization as faking yourself or not. Please don't hide your true self. Whoever you are, you can reach eternal peace. You're able to make benefits in any situation. So don't avoid seeing your inside because you always have lots of treasure there. I really hope this worldwide event will not merely end up as a lonely isolation time. We can change it to a good chance to find true ourselves. Let's stop faking ourselves. Let's start uncovering our true self. It is not good to keep creating the layers of ego only for hiding your vulnerability, because they also cover treasure existing inside you, which can be appreciated by others. You'll soon realize that you actually lose nothing after revealing your vulnerability. You'll find ways to go to utopia, where you can always be close to the truth and free from all kinds of suffering. For thousands of years, we have been fighting with others because of the ignorance of our ego. Like trees and birds in nature, it is okay that we stay in the original state. We can be strong without hiding our vulnerability. Now it's a great time to discern, the time of being apart from ego for our rebirth. Please listen to your inner voice and recover your true state.